Hey guys, I'm Margaret, and today I'm bringing you a video about merch by Amazon. I am an online reseller. Generally, I sell on eBay, Etsy, Amazon FBA, and just as early as earlier this year, I was approved for Merch by Amazon, which is a print-on-demand platform that Amazon offers for people that apply and join and are accepted in. And I was asked by my friend Joe Clay over in the Merch Room, which is a Facebook group, to do a video sharing how I come up with some of my ideas. I am in a group called the Green Room, and we have a Facebook group called the Merch Room for Green Room members. It is a paid group, but I do suggest that if you are starting out or you've been at it for a while, find a Facebook group, find a group that you can get in with to talk about merch. People are pretty tight with their ideas, but they will share helpful tips for getting started and things like that. So it's a great place to go when you have questions or want to share some of your successes and motivate each other. So anyway, without further ado, I am going to share how I come up with some of the ideas I do for my shirts. Currently, I'm at the 500 shirt level tier. I have two videos that I've made about merch that I've linked in the bottom. One is just a general what is merch and how does it work and this and that, the ins and outs of it. And then there's another one about how I create my shirts. Because I do my own designs, I am by far not a graphic designer. So if I can do it, anyone can. I have gotten a couple gigs from Fiverr, but I wasn't really happy with them, so I haven't gone back. Just today, somebody sent me a name of a designer on Fiverr that I might try out, so we'll see. So where was I going with that? I sort of lost my train of thought. How I create my designs. If I forgot something, tell me in the chat. Hello in the chat, Alex and Oz Worldwide. How's it going? So I'm going to go through how I come up with some of my designs, and if you have any questions in the chat, pop them in there and I'll answer them if I can. Oh, no, that just reminded me what I was saying. But yeah, if you have any questions, ask them, and if I can answer them, I will. If I can't, I will direct you to where you can find the answer. So yeah, I am at the 500 tier on the shirts. It starts off with 25. Once you sell 25 shirts, you get bumped up and you can upload 100 designs. Once you sell 100 designs, then you get bumped up to 500. And then after 500, is it 1,000 or something like that? So anyway, that's where I am, the 500 tier, which is awesome. So, okay, hello, Sherry's Entourage, and hello, HanFem4. Oz says, your PicMonkey vid recently bailed me out, thanks, anytime. Alex wants to know, can you use photographs? That's a good question. I haven't yet. There was a shirt I was actually looking at making today, but I couldn't find a photograph that was a commercial that I could have, commercial rights to use. So yes, Oz said smash the like button. Okay, so here we go. Hey Jeff. So how I come up with some of my designs. So I have my list down here. So the first thing I like to think about is current events. So that could be elections or what's going on in sports, holidays, anything that's wide and broad that lots of people are interested in that's going on. You do have to be careful with trademarks and things of that nature, but there are websites like Trademarkia, and there's a few others. I don't have them linked right now, but I'll link them after the show for checking out if phrases or images or words are trademarked. I thought of a shirt design this weekend, and the phrase, the other white meat, was in it. And I was like, you know what? I better double check. And sure enough, it was trademarked by the Pork Council. So that was out. I had to rework that whole design and still found something that would work, which was good. So I won't tell. People are pretty tight with their specific ideas, but broadly, you don't want to copy anybody because you don't want to risk your account. It's such a great opportunity that I wouldn't want to risk my account by copying somebody else. There's an infinite ideas out there. Hey, Joe Clay in the house. Okay, so that's the first wide and broad, thinking about current events, holidays, sports event. Just sports, elections, holiday. Yeah. Anyway, so then the next thing that I like to think about is what makes people feel like individuals. What makes, what makes Jeff Davidson, Jeff Davidson? What makes Joe, Joe? Like, what are the things that they identify with, that they are into, that they, you know what I'm getting at. So, that their hobbies, their profession, their animals, their pets, their family, their heritage, the kinds of food they like, the sports they like. I mean, just everything under the sun of what makes a person feel like an individual. So that's brought another, thing that I try to hone in on, like, how do people identify themselves? So after I've done that, let's say, and then this is not going to tell you a big, it's not a big wow. I have some shirts up that are Zodiac related, so, and, some of them sell really well, some of them don't sell so well, but that's, okay. Some people really identify with their Zodiac sign, so that's, one pathway to take, their pets, people love pugs. I don't have any pug shirts up, but anyway, I mean, you get the idea. There's like how many dogs in the world, and there's whatever dog lovers, so says go Sooners. Good morning, Ron Harbor. Okay, so once I've done that and I've tried to think of hobbies, and I Google it, like list of hobbies, list of professions, pets, families, just like how many sisters do you have? I mean, that gets more narrow, so the chances of selling, but even like middle child, how many people are the middle child? Oldest sister syndrome, whatever. I don't have shirts of those up, so sorry if you do. Anyway, but just to make you think about how people identify who they are. And then, okay, let's see, I have a question, and then I'll move on to the next section. Let's see, does Amazon let you know if you violated any trademarks? Yes, they do. They're so nice to send you this email that says, beware. If you keep uploading designs that are trademarked, we are going to kick you out. So, and yes, I have done this. I uploaded some shirts. Yeah, they will reject you. And then the thing is, if one slips through and then they find it, I would rather not have that happen. So I really try not to. I did upload some football shirts that were just like random football shirts, but in the description, I put, perfect for your Super Bowl party. Well, Super Bowl is a trademark term. So those shirts got rejected. And the worst part was I had like 12 variations of this shirt that I uploaded all at one time. So I got 12 emails and freaked out. But luckily it was okay. So yes, they will let you know. But after that, I've really been trying hard to double check anything I'm absolutely not certain about, because to me, it's not worth it. I mean, the amount of money that you can make at this is just is just amazing. Alex says, do people buy merch just by searching Amazon, for example, horoscope T-shirt? Yeah, I think so. Or let's say I'm a Taurus, so let's say I'm typing in funny Taurus T-shirt, and boom, funny Taurus T-shirt pops up. Joe says, I just found out that World Series is trademarked. I mean, things you just don't even think about. I would not have realized that. So yeah, anyway, so that is part of how I come up with my ideas. The next thing I do is, once I have that list of things that make people feel like individuals, make them who they are, I take adjectives and pop them in front of them. So now I'm looking for funny jobs. So instead of just looking for a list of jobs, what are some funny jobs that are out there? And then weird jobs. What are some weird jobs that maybe they don't have a shirt out there and they want to be identified? Dangerous jobs, serious jobs, challenging jobs. I mean, you just take those adjectives and pop them in front of everything. Funny pets, weird pets, dangerous pets, serious pets, and just go with that. Like, and then you get a whole new list of things that may not be as broad, but have a definite niche of people that are looking for that. So especially once you get to a higher tier, you've got a lot more real estate, if you will, to work with, that you can look into, funny, I'm trying to like plug them together, funny family. So like some funny family shirts, or funny hobbies, weird hobbies, so I just keep going in that way. Serious hobbies, dangerous hobbies, and then that generates a whole nother list of ideas to go with. So that's pretty much how I do it. I've got a couple more notes if there's no more questions. Boy, this went by quicker than I thought. So, and then, I was going to show you this website. Actually, in our group merch room, I think Joe shared this. Somebody shared it the other day. A website for how to look at merch shirts. Where can you find keywords? I'm not sure exactly how you mean. Like to put in the description after you make the title. What I do to find more keywords to help, like, let's say I've got a funny job. I Google it and I just, scan different web pages that have to do with that and kind of pull words and phrases out. I'll do a search for other shirts that might be in that same, let's say I'm trying to think of plumber. Let's say I'm doing a plumber shirt, funny plumber shirt. So I'll type it in to Google, to Amazon, and I'll look at other funny plumber shirts, especially the ones that pop up first. And then I'll take a look at what keywords they use. I'm not going to copy and paste exactly, but it'll give me ideas like, ooh, they put plumber's crack. They put, and then I'll just kind of like borrow some of theirs and plug in it over here for some of mine. I think that's okay to do. But I try to find the ones that pop up first, because that means when somebody searches plumber shirt, funny plumber shirt, these are the ones that are winning. They're popped up right away. So that's what I want. Let's see. I hope that answered your question. That's what I do. Han Far, I hope I'm saying your name right. Fams Fars. How many designs do you have uploaded? Right now I had 500, but I just took some down to put some more up. So I need to see if they're still processing, but 500 generally. What's my income like? Right now, my last payout was over $600, which I think is really good. I have some friends that are making well over that, but it makes me feel really motivated, because so I was going to shout out some other YouTubers that put up merch videos, like Glenn Zubia and the Treasure Gnome, Chris Green, and both Glenn and Treasure Gnome, who's Mike, share their numbers. And Mike, I think his last payout last month was $4,000. So when I see that, and he started right around the same time as me, I think he's a month ahead of me, that just tells me that the possibilities are out there. So if they can do it, shoot, why can't I, right? Hey, in the chat, hi, Young, how's it going? Hello. Let's see. I have kittens. I'm just going to let you know right now. What was that? Oh, okay. That was the fire grate. Pardon me. So Karen at the beach, question is, what will the email approval say? Is it you are approved for merch by Amazon merch? I never got an email. I don't think I ever got one. When I was trying to get in, I reapplied every single week. It took about 2 months, but I did. I was so determined to get in. I reapplied every single week and finally just got in. One day I went to go reapply again, and boom, it was like, there it is, you're in. So yes. Let's see. One witch lady says, when applying for merch, do they ask your age or birth year? My daughter's interested. She's 15. I don't remember them asking my age. That's a good question, but I don't remember them asking the age. But I could see them, because they're going to have somewhere to send the money, your bank account and all. That's a good question. Karen's at the beach still. My husband is still waiting too. He's been waiting for a few months. Joe says they don't. They don't ask the age, or they don't send an email. I don't know which one you mean. Okay, so, I was going to show you that website. Okay, so here's another website that I think, if I say I think Joe shared it, but it may have been somebody else. I apologize. Let me show. This website is called merchresearch.com. And we were talking in the group about how to find out the recent shirts or whatever that are up. So what they did was just click on show all merch shirts. They didn't type anything in. You can type in whatever you want there. But just click that and it pops up the shirts. And here I can go to newest arrivals. And it will show me the newest shirts that are uploaded. Boy, I hope I see mine, because they're in processing. So you can see, and this is another way to get some ideas. I won't copy anybody, but it just, I dance on treadmills. Oh, okay, that gives me an idea. Oh yeah, people like to work out. Maybe they like treadmills a lot. So, I mean, then some are just images. And then, oh, that nasty woman phrase. So, you know, coming up with a shirt that has to do with that. I wouldn't copy theirs, wouldn't use their phrasing and all that, but I might tweak it and do something else. You know, oh boy, everybody, I'm not even going to go there. So anyway, you get the idea. So here's some different ones. State shirts. It's got the Michigan flag inside the state. Yeah, drunk on butter beer. What does that say? High on magic. That's iffy right there, because I know that's a Harry Potter thing. So I don't know how that. Anyway, so it gets you more ideas. Like here, flight engineer, funny flight engineer shirt. So just like I was saying, find what makes people feel like they're special or different from other people, and go with it. So those are bad hombre. Oh, it's like the Breaking Bad thing. Okay, that's cute. All right, so I hope, let's close that out. There we go. So those are some other ways that I come up with shirts. I mean, just looking around at what I see and just tweaking it, not twerking it. Anyway, okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was if you are on Merch by Amazon and you have some designs that you think would be good in print, another place that you might think about uploading them, which I've just started doing, is on Etsy. Etsy has a digital download format where, for example, let's say I just want to have an 8x10 or 11x16 image that somebody could print off and frame because I think my design is that awesome, you know, or I want to figure out how to format it so people can print them off and make their own greeting cards or their own invitations or whatever like that. Etsy has a digital download component. So I have a separate shop that I have some digital downloads in, and I've done okay, I've sold some, but it's just another option that's out there. You've made these designs, why not try to get as much bang for your buck for them as you can? On Etsy, it's 20 cents to upload them. What is it, 3 or 4 months that you get, you know, for 20 cents. So that is something else. That's another option. And then in my, let's see, Jeff Davis says, watch my video on printing, selling t-shirts and items on your own website. Okay, I will. And then let's see, I said I wanted to talk about the 60 days. I had a few people ask me about, well, what about this whole thing where they say that if your shirt hasn't sold in 60 days, they're going to pull it down. And to me, I'm thinking, okay, you know, why not? It hasn't sold because the ones that are making me the money are the ones that are selling, right? So it makes me step up my game. And the example I gave was, let's say, my Zodiac shirts. Well, let's say only a few of them have sold. You know, not all of the different signs have sold. So what I might think about doing is when it's about 3 months out from that sign, seeing about re-uploading it, and when it gets closer to that, even though Zodiac people buy their sign all year round, but if it hasn't sold, then that's, and I get that because Amazon's got a lot of data that they're holding for people that's just sitting there. So, and let's see, so that's that. So Melissa says, sorry, I'm trying to piece together this whole merch thing. Is merch product that is seller branded and sold on Amazon? It's a print on demand service that Amazon is offering to people. So basically it's zero. I have another video linked down here that'll explain very clearly, hopefully, but it's one of those, it sounds too good to be true, but it is, it's true. It costs you nothing. If you do your own designs, it costs nothing but your time to make a design. You upload it, and then that's it. So whenever somebody orders the shirt that you have created, the design you created, they buy it. Amazon sends you money, and they do all the work. They print it, they ship it, they do everything. So all you've done is the time to upload it, and they take a cut, you know, and that's fine by me. You know, so if I sell a $20 shirt, you know, I get $7. But hey, those $7 start adding up really quickly. You know, for me, like I said, I made $600 last month, and some of my friends, you know, Glenn and Mike Treasure Gnome, making thousands of dollars doing this every month. So, yeah. Okay, if you have any more questions, throw them up there in the chat, and I'll finish up my notes, and then we'll we'll get a move on. Oh, and then another thing I was going to say about the 60-day pull. What I did also was just to try it out. About 20 or so of my shirts that hadn't sold yet, and believe me, I have a lot more than that I haven't sold yet. I went through just to see ones that I thought they should have sold because I thought they were pretty good. I went through and dropped the price to $14.99 just to see, like, would that stir up some sales. Also, I looked at shirts that I have a Black Friday shirt up. That's, whatever. So Black Friday shirt, somebody's going to wear that shirt for one day. They don't want to pay $20. So I started looking at some of my shirts in that way. If it's a shirt that somebody's only going to wear for one day, maybe I'm going to drop the price on that. They don't want to pay $20. Maybe $14.99 would be better. Generally, Joe asks, how do I price my shirts? Most of my shirts are priced between $17.99 and $19.99. And I just kind of go by the work I put into it or how professional it looks. Let's see. One Witch Lady asks, how long did it take you to get to 500 designs? Ooh, let's see. It was just recently. Pardon me. So I sold my first shirt in March, maybe. So April, May, June, July, August. So probably like 6 or 7 months it took. And let's see. John asks, how do you figure out keywords? I think that might be one of my problems in getting sales. So I go to different websites, and I'm sorry, my cats are playing back there making noise. I'll type in let's say I'll use the example of the funny plumber shirt. I'll type in funny plumber stuff, whatever, in Google and see what pops up, and then I'll look through those websites or things that pop up first and kind of get an idea, pull some of those keywords, and then I'll search within Amazon to see what shirts pop up first. And then I'll look at their descriptors, and I might borrow some things that they used as well. And then Alex says, can you repeat Glenn's YouTube name? His YouTube name, I think, is Glenn Zubia, but he's also Hustler Hacks. So I can't remember which one he has as his YouTube name. That cat, I wish I had a spray bottle right now. I'd spray the crap out of him. And let's see. Joe asks, about how many shirts have you sold to date? Ooh, I can tell you exactly because I'm a nerd and I keep up with that. Let me open the file for it and I'll tell you. Let me talk while I'm sheets. I am close to, of course, my Google's acting funky. Here we go. To date, I am probably, computer is being slow. Right around 270, 275. So I have about halfway to that selling 500 shirts. Let's see now. Any more questions? How many hours a day do you work on designs and research? It depends. When I tiered up to 500, I was working like a mad woman to try to get those 500 up there. So, I sell on eBay and Etsy and Amazon FBA. So a lot of that really tapered off because I want to make that $4,000 a month, right? Who doesn't? So I really hammered away at it. But like today, I probably put in 3 hours earlier, but only because I had an idea. But once I got that 500 level, I mean, if I wanted to get to that in the thousands, I really should be putting a little bit more into pulling down those designs and coming up with more. So that's something for me to think about for sure. But then there are days that I don't do anything. I don't touch it. So let's see. Lisa asks, have you considered doing an SVG file in Etsy? They are files that people use for their circuit machines. Oh, okay, that's an idea. I have digital downloads, but I haven't done SVG files. So that's something I'll have to look at. I'll have to see. That's a whole nother research realm because I have no idea how to do that. Okay, let me see if I got all my, of course, I clicked away from my notes. Let me get back to my notes for you because there was something else. I made sure to tell you about Glenn Zubia, Hustler Hacks, and Treasure Gnome. That's Mike. He's got some good videos up as well. And I know he just did a Q&A or is going to do it. He was asking for questions if you had more questions. So ways to get more ideas as well, get into YouTube, Facebook groups. We have one in the green room. There are others. Chris Green has one as well. Watch other YouTube videos. Do a search. I mean, see what what you're looking for, see if somebody's made a YouTube video about it, and apply if you have not already applied. All right, so here we go. Okay, Glenn, Zubia, and Yang, who's Retro Aficionado, have a Merch Minds podcast, which I need to listen to. I have not listened to that, guys. Shame on me. Those are my bros. Okay, so I'll have to look into where do they have that housed? Because it's not on YouTube, I don't think. Yeah, is it in iTunes? I'll have to ask Yang later. Well, that is all I have. If I've answered all the questions in the chat, if you're watching this after the fact, if you have any questions for me, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you and answer them if I can. And if not, I will tell you where you can find the answer. Okay, iTunes. Thanks, Joe. All right, so thanks so much again. I'm Margaret. If you liked the content you watched today, hit that subscribe button down below and be on the lookout for more videos about online reselling and e-commerce. And I will talk to you later. Bye.